Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial brought to you by Programium. Guys, as you know, this is 10th video for our Java playlist, and in this video we have to talk about the operators that we left behind in our video number 8. And you also have an idea that we have covered conditional statements, and it is the perfect time for us to cover the remaining operators. So what are these operators? Let's see in our IntelliJ IDE. So guys, I have opened the file that we modified in our video number 8. So we covered here arithmetic operators and the unary operators, and the remaining ones are logical operators, relational and assignment operators. So to see what are these three operators, let us quickly create our new Java class here. Java class by the name of logical operators. So guys, what are these logical operators? First, I will be telling you what are the major types of these operators, and after them we will see in practical section how to work or how to use these operators in our Java applications. So let me just put a multi-line comment here. First, let me write here types of logical operators. Okay. So as I talked, there are three types. One is known as logical and denoted by this ampersand sign. Second one is logical or denoted by this sign. And the third one is logical not denoted by this sign. So let us see again what are these logical operators. Let me put a multi-line comment here again. So guys, if you have studied some gates like AND gate, NOR gate and a NOT or OR gates, then you would be very familiar to these two tables that I am making here, that if you are using AND gate, then the truth table would be if both values are 1, then the output would be 1. But if one value is 1 and the other is 0, then the output would be 0. And again, if any one of these value is 0, then the output should be 0. But if both of them are 0, then output again have to be 0. So this was the AND gate. So what are the OR gates? Guys, I am talking about these things because these things have perfect relation with our these logical OR and logical operators here. Sorry. So what are these OR gates? If both of the values are 1, then the output should be 1. And if any of the value are 0, then the output should have to be 1. Again, one of the values is 0, again the output is 1. But if both of the values are 0, then the value should be 0. So what was the NOT gate here? NOT gate. So what does this NOT gate do here? If the value is 1, then it just converts that value to 0. But if that value is 0, then it converts this value to 1. So guys, these were the AND, OR and NOT gates. So why I'm telling you these things here in logical operators? Guys, similar things like AND gate happens here. Let me again put a logic here. I am writing here logical and what does this do? As you know guys, one in computer language or binary language means true, and 0 means false. Okay, so you have to remember these things here. What does this logical AND operator do? It just takes two values and return its result. So guys, this is the actual syntax of our logical AND operators and how do they work. So let us see how to write these AND logics here. First, the condition you want to check here, you write here, like if we put here 1 or true, and here we put true, then the result would be true. Let me again duplicate this line, paste it here. But what if one of the values or conditions became false? Then the result would be false, like these AND gate. Okay, so let me just again copy this and paste it here. So here is the false, and now here is the true. Again the result would be false. Again I'm pasting this line here, and if both of the inputs or conditions are false, then the result would be false. So this is the logical AND operator. What is the logical OR operator? Let us see. Again here 1 means true. Let me just paste it here so that you can see everywhere in computer science 1s mean true and the 0 means false. So let me just copy these lines here and paste them here. So guys, if both of the conditions are true, then the result would be true, and if one of the input is or condition is false and the other one is true, then the result would be true. Again this would be true, but if both of the inputs are false, then the output should be false. So these were the logical OR operators. Now I have to change one more thing here. We have to put these OR signs here, one left. So logical NOT, similar to guys this NOT gate, the logical NOT does the same here. If the input is or condition is true, then it simply show them as false, and if the condition is false, then the result would be true. So guys, this was the our theoretical stuff related to these logical operators, and I will be sharing this source code and this source file with you. So guys, now we are going to create our Java application that will simply prompt the user to enter a specific pin and or password, and after that the user would have to enter some username, and we will validate that username and password. And if that username or password is stored in our like database or variable, then we will let the user to continue further. So first we are going to create a string variable by the name of name, and let us assign a value of programmium, and the other variable is known as secret code, and assign this a value of coding is fun without any space, but let us put spaces here. So guys, now you can see that we have declared two variables by the name of name and secret code, and we have to initialize a scanner object here by the name of input, and new scanner system.in. So now let us prompt the user to enter his or her name and then secret code. So let me put a south here, and where is this south here? Why guys, I'm not seeing south here. Let us see or find what is the error right now. So what is the error right now? Guys, we forgot to put these stuff in our main method, and we didn't use our main method here. So this was the error right now. Let me just put a main method here, and cut all these stuffs from here and paste it here. So guys, every time you create a new class or new Java file, you should have to put main method first and then start coding. So let us now prompt the user here to enter. Now you can see that a sort is available. Enter your name. Let me declare more variables here. User name, and the other is user code. So let me just use username here, and store the value in this variable. So again I am prompting the user to enter your secret code, and what should be the variable for this user code is equals to input dot next. So guys, now we have collected secret code and name for our further validations. Now quickly create our if condition here, and just use here another braces and then ampersand sign and the braces here. So guys, how to use these logical AND operator, let us quickly see here. So we are writing here if user name dot equals name, and what I am writing here is user code dot equals secret code here, then just prompt the user inputs are verified. So guys, how these works, let me just explain them here. Let us see this truth table and see that if both of values are true, then the result should be true, and if one of them are false, then the result would be false, and of course if both of them are false, then the result should be false. So guys, how does this if condition work? This would only work if the result is true. Let us see here. If we put true here, let me just put false here to show that it won't be running right now. So let me run it and show you, and enter your name. I am entering some random number, and you see nothing happened. But if right here I am using true, and again entering random number, you would see that inputs are verified. So guys, now you have an idea how does these conditions work. Let us just put our code back here. User, sorry, name dot equals name, and after that what we have to do, we have to put ampersand sign here, and again what was our condition, user code dot equals secret code. So guys, this condition only works if the result of all conditions would be true. So let us see how this condition is interpreted by our compiler. So guys, if the user enters the exact name as stored here, then the result of this code here would be true. So now let's come to this condition here. If the user again enters the same secret code that we stored here, then its result would be also true. So what was the truth table of true and logical and true? So it should return true. And I have again showed you here what could be the result of this condition if we put true here. If here is the true, then this shout statement would be prompted to the user. So let me just delete this line and uncomment this, and now we know how this logical AND operator works, and how the compiler interprets this if condition. So if the username and the secret code is the same as we stored here, then this condition would be run by the compiler. Else we will simply say shout, we will see right here, unrecognized person. So let us run this file. What is our name? Our name is Programium, and what is our secret code? Our secret code is coding is fun. So unrecognized person here. Why? So guys, we got an error here because the compiler is showing us unrecognized person, and our name and the secret code is the same here. So let us use the concept of debugging here, and that simply means we need to find what is the error right now, and what is preventing us from entering into this condition or this out statement. So guys, this only happens when one of the inputs would have to return false here. One of the conditions have to return false here. So I am 100% sure here that this condition would return true. But for the sake of clearance, we will simply see out name is user name, and again a shout statement, code is user code. So let us just run it. So what is our name right now? Our name is Programium, and our secret code is coding is fun. So guys, as you can see here, name is the same as we entered right now, and the code is just coding, and that's the reason we got an error here. Now I would be telling you why we are getting here coding, just coding. So here is the flow in our logic right now. We have to use next line here. What does that do? I would be telling you after running this program. So let us run it again. Our name is Programium, and we just pressed enter here, and the compiler didn't wait for our next input and just enter a line space here or line break here. So to deal with these kind of errors, we are going to create another scanner object by the name of scanner input 2 is equals to new scanner system dot in, and we will simply use here input user code for input 2 dot next line and input 2 dot next line, and let us see what should be the results right now here. Let me just enter here programium, and our secret code is coding is fun. And now you have seen that inputs are verified because the conditional statement here returns true, and then this out statement is shown to us. So let me just remove it and again run it and explains what happens and why we use these two inputs and next line here. Let me just run it again and see our results again. Programium coding is fun. So inputs are verified. So guys, what actually happened here right now? Actually, these dot next, when we are working with strings and if we passed some here inputs like this, coding is fun. Actually, this dot next won't take whole these input. It just take inputs until it reaches a space or white space character. So that's the reason we were seeing here coding when we used here next. So to deal with, we have to use dot next line, and it would read all of the input until it reaches coding is fun, until it reaches a new line character or next line. So this is how these next and next line work. But again we got an error when we used here input dot next line. So actually happens here when we take the input uh, from the user by using input dot next, it just take input, but after that it leaves a white space character here, or we can use a space here. So there is the space left right now. So this variable stored programium. So guys, the space that was left behind right now was taken by this input dot next line. So there could not be another way to deal with this error, so we declare another scanner object here and use that object to store our full line in this variable. So I hope so that all of these theoretical stuff would be clearer to you, and if you got any questions then ask me in the comments below. So guys, now you have an idea that if both of the inputs are true, then this condition would have to shown to the user. So I'm going to comment out these lines, and now we will be dealing with logical or operators. So let me use here logical or denoted by this sign here. So how to use these operators in our Java applications? So now let us prompt the user to enter yes to continue, and use the escape character here, or select no to exit. Okay, let us create a scanner object here by the name of again input is equals to new system dot in. So let us create a string variable whose name is choice, and input dot next. So what we need to do here, now we have to put an is if condition here, if and also else. So what should be written here, we want to practice logical or operators here. So what could be the result here? There could be only two possibilities, that either the user entered yes or no. So if the choice dot equals yes, then we will simply shout the user welcome here, and else we have to shout exiting program. Okay, now let us run this application. Enter yes to continue or select no to exit. I am using yes here, and exiting program. Why I am saying here exiting program? Because the choice here didn't match with this yes condition here. So there could be two possibilities here. One is that either the user uh, enters lowercase yes, or either possibility is that the user, let me just write here, equals capital yes. So there could be two possibilities here, either user enters this or either enters this. So how these logical ORs work, let us see in this truth table, that if one of the values are false, or you can simply say that if one of the values or conditions are true, then the result would be true. So here let me run it again and show you what are the results now. So I am using here yes, and you would see welcome here. Again I am running it, and this time I am using lowercase and welcome here again. So these are the scenarios or methodologies to how to use these logical operations in our Java applications. So I hope so that these operators would now be clearer to you. So what's next? Next behind are logical not operators. So let me put a comment here, logical not, denoted by this sign. So to see how these logical not operators work, let us from the user enter yes to continue, and let us create a scanner object here, new scanner system dot in. Now we are going to create a string variable here, and what is the, let me name it choice is equals to input dot next. So what now, if if condition here, and then I am shouting here exiting program, and there should be an else statement here also, that would simply shout the user welcome to our program. But how to show this exiting program to the user by using an if condition here? We are going to use here logical not operator and then parentheses, and after that we have to use here if choice is equals to, sorry, dot equals yes. So what would happen here right now, that if we are removing this exclamation sign, and if the user enters yes here, then this condition would be true. So this if condition would be prompted to the user, but we don't want to do that, and we are putting an exclamation sign right now, that would just convert this true to false. Let us see after compiling the program. Enter yes to continue. I am using yes here, and welcome to our program. So If I remove this from here and run it again, you would see here that exiting program. So guys, this was the simple method to how to implement these logical operations in our Java applications. So I hope so these concepts would become clearer to you. And guys, as we have covered arithmetic operators, unary operators and logical operators right now, so in our next video we will be taking a look at these two operators right now, relational and assignment operators. So guys, enough for this tutorial. We will be meeting in our next video, in which we will be talking about relational and assignment operators. Until then, stay tuned and don't forget to like our videos, subscribe our channel and share with your friends. Goodbye.